Alright guys, my 3D printer's officially screwed up. It's been treating me real well for a long time. I've done a lot of prints on it, but that left side Z-axis, which always was off since I first built it, has finally decided it's done. So we're gonna try to save the situation the best we can here. Let's see. Oh! What the hell, dude? You see the difference here? Check this out. Alright, on this side, this screw, you can just line it up and give it a little twist and it drops all the way down. On this side, with the screw, it's like stuck right off the bat. I'm having to turn it hard and it's not even going through on its own. In case if you're thinking it's because it's this screw is boogered up, well, let's see it with the one on the right side that just flew through. You'll see that it's the same thing. So it's that left hand screw thing, this thing that's bad. I want to take it off and inspect it. Let me get my my hex key set. Let me empty out this garbage as well and edit. This is good that I've narrowed down the problem. I thought before it might be the motor, it might be the linear guide rail. I had all kinds of theories on what it could be, but it's definitely that screw. So I was able to identify that this screw guide or whatever does not run as smoothly as the one on the right, not by a long shot. And so we know something's wrong with it. I just want to take it out to inspect it. Alright, now as a little aside, I'm gonna get this Z motor put back in, because I now know it's not our issue. Um, what in the hell? Alright. I'm gonna need a wrench to hold down the frickin' nut, because the pliers and the needle nose pliers, normal pliers, needle nose pliers would not work to back up that nut. And that's really weird if you ask me. It shouldn't be that tight, for crying out loud. What's wrong with it now? This, okay, so the vertical rod is called a screw, I guess. Or a lead screw. And the lead screw guide threaded holder, this copper holder here, is binding up on the lead screw. I test both lead screws from both sides in it, and only the one in this side was binding up. So it's not the screw, it's for sure this copper screw holder that's at fault. Alright, that wrench is not working. I'll try the vice grip. Running out of ideas here of how to hold the nut in the back. Something was wrong with that, man. It should not have been that hard. Okay, so it's not even this part's fault. This can clearly work. It must have been the way the part was screwed into the plastic bracket holder. Must have had a misalignment. So one thing I'm noticing is that just letting this screw come through and just spin freely through here. Look at where it lands. Nowhere near the center of this motor. So the motor needs to come right and forward in order for the hole to line up. It's nowhere close. Uh, so that's good to know. First thing I'm going to do is hot glue this guy. Alright, I'm very encouraged now because I can see it just all has to do with the misalignment issue of this bottom whole box. It needs to go over and forward. And that applies to the hole for this guide shaft as well. So I guess the box was miscut or something at the factory. Oh, you know what? I know how to get rid of this hot glue. Best thing to remove hot glue is rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip. I'm excited because I know I can do the fix without buying anything. And I've got some 3D printing jobs that I have to do for customers. And I wasn't going to be able to buy anything in time to fill the orders. But since I'm finding out that it's just a matter of moving around drilled holes and stuff like that, um, I should be okay. I should be able to fill the orders on time-ish. Sort of on time. Okay, I gotta be methodical here. So let me go ahead and put away the rubbing alcohol for now. And I gotta put away this vice grip. And put away this X-Acto knife. And put away this set hex screw. Put away the Q-tip. Okay. So I need to move this base to the right. Bottom line. Question is, how do I do that? And it needs to go over quite a bit too. We're talking how much? Half a centimeter. You can see even in this direction, it's all wrong. The hole is right here. And so it's way forward. And that looks like a little over half a centimeter on that. So oh, it looks like there's play there though. Okay, so never mind on that. That has play and that's okay to wiggle it in the Y direction a little bit. We just need to move it for sure to the right. Well, that means we gotta disassemble it and remove all the registration tabs. Center it where we want, and I say hot glue it into place. That would be the easiest way to do this job. So let me go ahead and do that. Now in order to remove the registrations, I don't even need to remove the motor. I don't think. Okay. We need to remove this bad boy too, and this one, and this one. We're getting to the bottom of it, boys. Quite pleased with myself. Well, we got a second Rosalie resist. Of course I was figured out. It could be figured out. And let's see what I should be able to figure it out. I'm relieved though, because I had to buy some stuff to fix this. I got 3 printing jobs to be done yesterday. Alright, finally, get us here. One more here. Okay. And that one's done. Alright. Remove this one, too.
Alright, so first I'm gonna remove this. Seems like I need to. Let's see here. How was this? There. Okay.
I'm gonna try to melt through it with a wood burner with X-Acto knife attachment. This is acrylic, that's a plastic. So I imagine this could work. Otherwise it need to be ground out. But I don't have a vacuum right now. I will need a gas mask and good ventilation. So let me go ahead and get my ventilation going. These fumes will be toxic. And my gas mask needs to be on. Thank you, Logrod. I don't actually have a hobby saw, so I'm going to use just a way hotter temperature. I just did a little test, and it burnt right through it. The problem is that hot blade doesn't get hot enough for this. This is a, like you said, probably a thermoset, but if it gets hot enough, I bet it will. Okay, guys. So at the end of the day, these are my results. This um, bronze thing, because of the leveling of the top plastic part that it screws into, it wants to be lean maybe this way or slightly cockeyed to the right or to the left. In some direction, it's wanting to lean more, which causes it to bind up on this vertical lead screw, which prevents the vertical lead screw from flowing through it easily. It kinks onto it. Now, what I notice is that if you just put one screw into this brass um, lead screw guide that I'm discussing is causing the problem, if you just put one of its mounting screws in and put it on loose, it works perfect and it flows through easily and everything's great. But if you tighten it up real tight, then it starts binding it again. So you want to put a loose fitting one screw. You could put them all in, I guess, real loose. I just chose to put one. I guess I could put in more, but the main thing is that it just is attached here. It doesn't even need to be tight. I'd rather have it have more give. Now, to prevent it from pulling out from the nut, I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on this nut so that it won't be able to unwind fully. Because then, if this screw comes out, then this thing pops off and then we're in trouble. So as long as it doesn't, as long as this nut can't unscrew, so I'm just going to put a liberal amount of hot glue on it, and then that just leaves this whole brass guide to kind of wobble around freely and make up for the sloppy creation of this white base part, which clearly is not in perfect alignment. So we're compensating for poor manufacturing standards by letting this linear screw guide be attached very loosely. And that solved it for us. So I'm very pleased with our fix. Plus I had to fix the alignment of this base plate to move it over this way in order to improve the alignment as well. Right now it's just loosely in place. So I'm going to tack it into place with hot glue as well. And that will solve both problems, this being out of alignment and that being poorly aligned as well. So it was a combination of factors, but now it should be rock solid. Yeah.